recently I was asked by the lovely Kate Gibbo to do a video on my favourite MAC eyeshadows. What I've decided to do is just do eyeshadows that you can get from the permanent line, because I did have quite a few that I wanted to show you that were limited edition or parts of collections, but then I thought that there was kind of no use in kind of showing you those ones because you won't be able to get your hands on them, so I wanted to feature eyeshadows that you could get a hold of should you want to. I have 3 MAC palettes here. I do have a 4th one I won on eBay because I prefer these ones. The glass front ones are lovely. I probably will get one at some time in the future, but I actually prefer these ones, and the reason behind that is kind of ridiculous really, but I like to put the stickers on with the names inside. Yeah, but they do get very, very grubby, as you can see. So I've got 3. 2 of them are full and the 3rd one's not. And we'll start with this one, which is the first palette I filled, which was kind of my neutral sort of palette. So that's what this one looks like. These are really beautiful shadows. I really love them. I know you're kind of like, oh, but they look so similar, but they definitely aren't. These are really lovely. Standout shades in this palette, I have to say, I got Vanilla. That was my first ever MAC eyeshadow. I got Vanilla and I think I got Carbon at the same time because I just thought, right, I'm going to get myself these 2 particular shades because, you know, a black and then like a creamy colour was staple sort of colours. Because Vanilla is not a white, Vanilla is like an ivory colour. It's something that I use as a base. It's really nice as a highlight on me because I'm fair skinned. But at first when I started to use it I didn't think it was fantastic, but that's what it looks like. And that's the swatch on the skin. I didn't think it was fantastic at first, but now I just could not be without it. It's got a massive dint in it. It's great as a highlight if you just want a matte highlight on the brow bone. It's also really quite nice if you want to do a bit of highlight and then you just want to add a pale colour. It's great for lightening underneath the eyes as long as you use a light hand. So I would say the Vanilla is definitely something that I would recommend to fair girls everywhere to have in their collection because it's just great. The next one that I would recommend is this one here. This one is called Nylon. And this is a fabulous highlighter shade. It's basically a very shiny sort of ivory colour. And that's it there. And as you can see, it's got a lovely glow to it. It's really, really beautiful. I love this one on the inner eye corner. Just looks fantastic. It's also really great on the brow bone. You can wear this all over the lid as well if you want that shimmery kind of look. It's just a gorgeous shadow. The next colour I'm going to mention is this one here. And this one is called Jest. Jest is a beautiful, beautiful colour. It's kind of a peachy sort of shimmer. There are no chunky bits of glitter. It just is absolutely gorgeous. That's that one there. It's a beautiful peach sort of shimmer. So if you don't want to go for this ivory shimmer, it's too light for you or too bright, Jest is a really good alternative. It's really great on the brow bone again and on the inner eye corner, but it's just fantastic all over the lid. It actually looks really nice on the cheeks as well, because it's just that really soft glow of pink. So Nylon's also nice on the cheeks, but it's a lot more on your face. It actually kind of reminds me of Mary Luminizer and Pearl by Smashbox in the Pearl Lights. I think they're called Pearl Lights, but it definitely reminds me of Mary Luminizer. It's got that high shine glow, so it's probably not what you want to go for if you don't want to go for a massive all on JLo glow, but Jest is beautiful. The next 2 colours are called Yogurt and Sweet Lust. Now they're 2 pink shades. Yogurt is a matte sort of shade and Sweet Lust is a shimmer. That's those 2 there. They're really, really beautiful. If you like your pinks, then it's well worth picking these up. So this one is Yogurt and that one is Sweet Lust. As you can see, Yogurt is definitely more pigmented. But these are, if you like your pinks, these are 2 colours that you probably want to have in your collection. So that's the 2 of them there. But yeah, Yogurt's a beautiful, very soft baby pink. I think this would be beautiful in wedding makeup, on bridesmaids, or even on the bride. It's just such a beautiful, soft pink, really pigmented. And then Sweet Lust is a really nice companion to that one. They work so well together. And as you can see, where Jest is a lot more muted and peachy, this is definitely a pink sort of shimmery, frosty colour. Really, really beautiful. I love Sweet Lust. Again, that's another one I like on the inner eye corner or on the brow. I like to use Yogurt and Sweet Lust together, but they're really, really pretty. Right, next I have some coral shades. I think Paradisco and Free to Be, but to be fair, Sushi Flower is also beautiful as well. So that one is Paradisco, which is sort of a peachy sort of coral with a gold shimmer. And then you've got Free to Be, which is quite a soft milky coral. And then you've got Sushi Flower, which is a very in-your-face sort of coral. So that's what those three look like swatched. So you have got Paradisco. So as you can see, it's quite a sort of a much darker peach colour. It's definitely a coral, well, it's a coral to be fair. It's a coral, it's quite muted because it's got the gold shimmer on top, but it's really, really pretty. Then you've got Free to Be, which is kind of a milky true coral. And then you've got I was going to say Paradisco, it's not, it's Sushi Flower. Sushi Flower is at the end. It's more of a pinked sort of coral. It's, yeah, a pinky coral shade, very bright. And as you can see, Free to Be and Sushi Flower are very pigmented. Okay, so the next palette I've picked up is not full. This is the blue palette, blues and greens. So I've only actually got 8 colours in this palette, but this is very, very pretty. I love the colours in this palette. So the first one I'm going to mention in here is Tilt. Tilt is a beautiful sort of very steely blue colour, but it has sort of a green teal sort of reflect on top of it, so it's incredibly pretty on. It's so beautiful. This is such a lovely shade. I feel like not many people kind of give this one the time of day. They kind of look at it and think, but it's actually so, so pretty on. It's just got such a beautiful glow about it, and it's not coming off so well on camera, but it is like a blue colour, but when you move it's got this beautiful green colour. It's very mermaid-esque on. It's just so, so pretty. So I love that one. And then you've got Deep Truth. This is a beautiful colour. Now if you want to do a really dark dramatic eye, this is your colour. I mean, this is absolutely stunning. There's just no words. Look at that. It's like a cobalt blue colour, and it's got lovely shimmer qualities to it. It's really, really nice. I actually like these two together. I just find that this one kind of softens the edges of this one, so they're really nice. But Deep Truth is just one of those really beautiful, stunning colours. Right, the next 2 shades, one of them is my absolute favourite. It's one of my ultimate MAC eyeshadows. I definitely say it's in my top 5, and that one is called Plumage. And it's a very dark sort of petrol blue, peacock, dark, petrol, teal. I'm terrible describing colours, but it's just the most insanely beautiful colour. I used this the other day in my experimental get ready with me video. Oh my goodness, look at that. If you do not have Plumage in your collection, you must own this. It makes an insane eyeliner for a start, but as an eyeshadow, this is just, oh my goodness, it's just like, that is a swipe of it. It is so pigmented, and it's just such a beautiful petrol teal, very, very dark teal blue colour. Oh, I just love looking at it. Look at it, it's so beautiful. You can tell I'm really passionate about that one. Yeah, that's just one of my all-time favourite MAC eyeshadows. The next one's called Electric Eel. To be fair, there's quite a few of these kind of electric blue colours out there. It's similar to the Urban Decay one, but it's not the same. And I've swatched it there. It's not the same as Peace by Urban Decay. I feel like it has a little bit more of a green tinge to it, even though it's a bright blue. But this is just beautiful. It's so long lasting. This is just a gorgeous shade. I had to have that one as soon as I saw the colour, and I really love it. The last two are quite similar, but not. They are Aphrodisiac and Steamy. So Aphrodisiac is a very beautiful aqua colour. There's just no denying how beautiful this is. When you put it next to Electric, these two colours are beautiful together, but Aphrodisiac has more of that green colour to it. So I think you can see there, that's more of a bright blue. And then Steamy is another aqua colour, but it has shimmer to it. So I just really like how this works with Aphrodisiac. It's really, really nice. So that is Steamy. So as you can see, it's definitely in the same sort of shade family. It's a hint bluer, but it has a green sort of reflect at the top of it, and it's, oh my goodness, if you don't have Steamy, whatever not, because Steamy just looks so beautiful on the whole eyelid. If you don't want to go for like a super dramatic aqua colour and you want to go for something a little bit more pared down than that, then you definitely want to go for Steamy, because it's in the same sort of family, but it's just not as bright on the lid, and the reflect on it is just beautiful. It looks stunning. And then if you put a very soft brown into the crease with it, and then go for something quite simple on the shimmer, nothing too bright, then this is just, it's just perfect, so absolutely love that. So the whole bottom row in here are like just ultimate favourites, and hopefully I will be filling that up with more colours. I'm going to clean those swatches off and we'll move on to the last palette. Now the last palette is something that I thought I'd never do with MAC because I've got the Naked palettes, and that is get some browns by them. But this is my browns, purples and burgundies sort of palette. I must admit, I absolutely love this palette. I mean, I open it and I'm just like, wow. I just think this is just probably like my favourite of the three, even though Plumage is in my top 5. Oh my goodness, I love this, and this has got some of my top colours in as well. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Mythology. Mythology is just stunning. If you really like copper colours, then Mythology is for you. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's what it looks like, and that is how it swatches. So it's very pigmented. It's a beautiful copper colour. If you enjoy those kind of colours on your lids, you definitely should get this one. It does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but nothing like massively chunky. Just absolutely gorgeous. I love that one. Right, so moving on, I need to talk about two colours at the end here. Espresso and Brown. Is that brown or brun? Espresso and Brun. But these two are really, really lovely. They're very, very pigmented browns. That's those there. So this one's Espresso and this one's Brun. And they're so pigmented. So that's Espresso and that one's Brun. Brun's very sort of cool toned, really, really pretty, and Espresso is more warm toned. That's them blended slightly. They do blend beautifully. I love those colours, so I'm really pleased I got those. The next one is called Quarry. Quarry is one of my favourite colours, so that one's definitely in my top 5. This is just a beautiful crease colour for me with being very pale. I love Quarry. I just love the shade of this colour. It's just so pretty. Even though it's a brown, it's, oh, I don't know, I just love this colour. I even like it all over the lid. It's just really, really pretty. Right, the next one's definitely in my top 5 as well. This one is Fig One. It's one of those ones you kind of look at and you think, yeah, it's a purple. But it's just, oh, I just cannot, let's just look at it. It's just beautiful. This is another one that I would definitely say, yeah, definitely top 5, because look at Fig One. It's a warm purple. It's so sumptuous and luxurious looking. I love how this looks on the lid. It's just a fabulous, fabulous colour. So Fig One is definitely one of those ones that is just highly recommended by me. Right, moving on to the bottom row, because I'm trying not to feature everything because I really just love this one. I'm going to talk about this one. This one is Tracks. This is a really lovely colour. It's a plum sort of colour, but it's got a lot of gold content to it. So that's what that one looks like there. And this one looks really nice next to Fig One. So they're very nice to use together. But you can definitely see as you move it, it's definitely got like quite a lot of gold content. So yeah, it's an interesting colour. I think that it looks a lot better on. I would never wear it all over the lid though. I have to use this with another colour because the gold content it's quite a yellow sort of gold, and I'm not a yellow gold kind of girl. So I just find that for me, it works better when I use it with other colours, but I thought I'd give it a mention. So I'm going to show you a colour from Naked 3 next because I want to show a comparison. So Blackheart, as you know, is this amazing black that's shot through with red glimmer. And everybody's like, oh, it's such a unique shade. Oh, it's so beautiful. Blah, blah, blah. But MAC have an exact dupe. So if you really like that colour and you're like, wow, I really want that, I hope they release that as an individual colour, then wait no more, because just head over to MAC and get Beauty Marked, because Beauty Marked is insane. I've had it for ages. It's got a little dint in it. That's the colour there. People would look at it and think, oh, it's just like a burgundy or it's a red. It's not. It's black loaded with red shimmer. So I'm just going to clean my hand off with a fresh wipe, because what I want to do is I really want to swatch these together just to show you how amazingly similar they are. So that one is Blackheart, which is just a beautiful colour. I think everybody oohed and awed over this one when they got the Naked 3 palette. But the dupe of it is MAC. Now, it's not a cheap dupe by any means, but it doesn't look like it would be a dupe, I don't think, because it just looks very, very red. But when you swatch it, that is Beauty Marked. And that's the two of them together. Crazy. So the top one is Blackheart and the bottom one is Beauty Marked. So yeah, very beautiful. I mean, there's not a lot of difference. I think there's more shimmer in Beauty Marked. There's a lot more red content in it, and I think the content is also a little larger, but basically they're just, it looks like you're looking at the same colour twice basically. So yeah, if you really love that colour from Naked 3 and you're going through it really fast, and obviously they don't sell it individually, then just head over to MAC and pick yourself up Beauty Marked, because that is just the perfect dupe. Also, if you haven't picked up the Naked 3 and you'd really love to, because whenever you go into the shop you swatch Beauty Marked, you swatch Blackheart, and you're kind of like, wow, I really want that colour, do I want to get the whole palette, and you're not quite sure and you're on the fence, just get Beauty Marked by MAC, because it's amazing and it is exactly the same. And then the last one in this palette is my top 5, and it is Sketch. Sketch is beautiful. It's a very beautiful burgundy colour. Oh, and it looks so lonely all on its own. This is lovely. I love this all over the lid. I love it like for a bit of drama on the outer corner. I like it like around the eyes as a liner. I just love Sketch. So yeah. So that's the last of my palettes. So the last palette I'm going to talk about is actually a quad that I made up for myself. I knew I didn't want like a massive amount of greys. I don't wear grey a lot as a shadow, but I wanted something like a monochrome palette. So I wanted a grey, then I put a flat black and a glittery black, and then a glittery white in there as well. Because I kind of didn't see the point at the time of having a flat matte white, but now I've got the pure white pigment, which is a white matte. I don't, in the future I could get a white matte eyeshadow, I haven't quite decided. But in this palette I've got Black Tide, Scene, Carbon and Crystal Avalanche. And I wanted to mention this because I love Scene. I think it's a really, really lovely black. It's a very true sort of black. Why am I saying black? It's a very true sort of grey. It's almost got a bluish sort of hint to it. It's really, really lovely. I love Scene. And then Crystal Avalanche is just a really beautiful frosty white. So whereas Nylon kind of has an ivory sort of hint to it, this is just a true white. So this is really nice if you want that intense white shimmer on the inner eye or on the brow, and something really, really intense, because as you can see it's just beautiful. I love Crystal Avalanche. It's very underrated. Not enough people talk about it because it's just the most beautiful glowing white colour. Then you've got Black Tide, which is black shot through with little silver shimmers. This I find is quite a patchy eyeshadow. Now I've actually swatched that one with a brush, because this one does not swatch well with the finger, but it goes on beautifully with a brush. Now sometimes you find that with MAC shadows. So I would recommend, if you're in the MAC store, either asking for a clean brush or taking a little brush with you and swatching some of the eyeshadows with a brush. I don't know, you'd have to probably ask the girl at the MAC counter if that's okay, if that's what you want to do, but I'd recommend maybe just asking them if you could use a brush just to see how it applies, because sometimes you swatch a MAC shadow and think, oh, it's just really horrendous, it's really not very good, but when you get it with a brush like that, that is with a brush, and then that's with my finger. So you can just kind of see it just does work so much better with a brush. But Black Tide is lovely. It's got these tiny little silver shimmers in it that make it so beautiful, but it does work much better if you put a base underneath it. So I use Dainty Towel eye primer under that because it's got a little bit of stickiness to it, and it just looks fabulous on. So it's nice if you don't want to go for a flat black colour. And then the other colour, which was my second colour I got from MAC, is Carbon. Again, that's another one of those ones. That's a finger swatch. And then that's a brush swatch. So it actually does perform a lot better with a brush. But yeah, that's the last of them. I mean, I don't have any other ones other than limited edition quads and things like that. So I didn't want to share those here, but if you do want to see me talk about some of my favourite colours in the limited edition shades that I've got, then I'm quite happy to do that as well. But today I just wanted to share permanent shades with you, so if you did fancy picking any of these up, you've been able to see the swatches a little bit better, and then you can maybe go and check them out for yourself. So that's it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. I'm going to love and leave you there. I've been Spacey's #1 girl, and this is the colour of my kiss.